If you ask me, the shadows surrounding Windermere have never felt more suffocating or dangerous. We are looking at a storyline that will absolutely shatter everything we thought we knew. You can feel the tension building as we uncover a massive unmasked theory today. It revolves around a deeply hidden truth that is about to explode. Cassius is about to stumble upon a nightmare he never anticipated. He discovers a terrifying reality hidden within those stone walls. It turns out Cullum has orchestrated a deeply sinister kidnapping plot. He has taken Liesel and locked her away like a forgotten prisoner. She is not alone in this terrifying ordeal. Jocelyn is also trapped right there beside her in the damp darkness. This revelation hits Cassius like a physical blow to the chest. He suddenly realizes the true, unyielding cruelty of his dangerous boss. We all know Cullum is a man who operates without mercy. He is always one step ahead and leaves a trail of destruction. But targeting Liesel is a profoundly unexpected move that shifts the entire landscape. Cullum has severely underestimated the bond between a mother and her son. Even though Cassius stole the life of his twin brother, he still feels a connection. He cannot simply stand by and watch his own mother suffer. Liesel has already endured so much heartbreak over losing Nathan. Now she is being used as a mere pawn in a deadly game. Cassius feels a sudden, overwhelming surge of protective rage. This is the exact moment a massive potential betrayal takes root in his mind. He knows he must confront Cullum about this horrific transgression. But challenging a man like Cullum is essentially a death sentence. Cullum does not tolerate insubordination or questioning from his ranks. He is known to ruthlessly eliminate anyone who dares to defy him. Yet, the sight of Liesel suffering pushes Cassius past the point of fear. He marches into the lion's den to face his master. The confrontation between them is nothing short of explosive and terrifying. Cassius demands answers while trying to mask his deepest vulnerabilities. Cullum simply smirks, revealing his hidden motive for taking Liesel captive. He plans to use her brilliant mind for his own twisted gains. He wants to force her into completing that dangerous cold fusion project. Cullum knows Cassius is emotionally compromised and uses it against him. This direct defiance instantly puts a massive target on the back of Cassius. Cullum now views him as a liability that must be erased. From this moment on, Cassius is marked for death by his own organization. He realizes he has crossed the line of no return. If you ask me, this is where the real genius of Cassius shines through. He does not panic or run away like a coward. Instead, he channels his fury into a cold and calculated strategy. He knows he cannot defeat Cullum in a direct, open war. Cullum simply has too much power, too many guards, and too many weapons. Frontal assault would only guarantee the demise of both Cassius and Liesel. So Cassius decides to ignite a silent rebellion from within the shadows. He begins to carefully observe the other members of the syndicate. He looks for the cracks in the armor of his boss. He searches for the men who are tired of living in constant fear. Cullum rules with an iron fist, and that breeds deep resentment. Cassius quietly approaches those who have been wronged by their leader. He whispers promises of freedom and a new order. He slowly builds a secret alliance right under the nose of Cullum. This is a dangerous game of chess with the highest stakes imaginable. One wrong move or misplaced whisper will result in immediate execution. But Cassius uses his intimate knowledge of the organization to his advantage. He knows the blind spots and the hidden vulnerabilities of his enemies. Meanwhile, down in the dungeons of Windermere, the tension is unbearable. Liesel and Jocelyn are desperately trying to formulate an escape plan. Jocelyn cleverly leaves her ring on the floor as a desperate clue. She hopes someone will find it and track them down. Carly's already on the warpath, determined to storm the castle. She will not let anyone stop her from saving her daughter. But Cassius knows outside interference could trigger Cullum to execute the hostages. He must act quickly before Carly accidentally forces a tragic outcome. The silent rebellion begins to gain serious momentum behind closed doors. More and more guards pledge their loyalty to Cassius and his cause. They are ready to overthrow the tyrant who has oppressed them for so long. Cassius transforms from a trapped subordinate into a cunning, visionary leader. He orchestrates a brilliant series of distractions to confuse the loyalists. He sabotages security systems and cuts off communication lines. When the time is finally right, the trap is sprung with flawless precision. The civil war within the Empire erupts without any warning. Cullum is caught completely off guard by the sudden betrayal of his men. He watches in horror as his seemingly invincible empire crumbles. The men he trusted are now turning their weapons against him. Cassius leads the charge with an unstoppable, righteous fury. He fights his way through the corridors of Windermere to reach the dungeons. His only goal is to secure the safety of his mother. The battle is fierce, but the element of surprise is a powerful weapon. Cassius outmaneuvers the remaining loyal guards with tactical brilliance. He finally breaches the cell where Liesel and Jocelyn are being held. The look of shock on the face of Liesel is truly unforgettable. She sees the face of her lost Nathan, but the actions of a savior. It is a deeply complex and emotional reunion in the dark. But the war is not over until Cullum is permanently neutralized. Cassius leaves the women under heavy guard and goes hunting. The tables have completely turned in this deadly game of survival. The ultimate predator has now become the desperate prey. Cullum tries to flee through the secret passages of the island, but Cassius knows every single escape route and cuts him off. The final showdown between them is intense, brutal, and deeply personal. Cullum tries to manipulate Cassius one last time with empty promises. He offers power, wealth, and control of the entire syndicate. But Cassius is no longer blinded by the allure of criminal glory. He has found a new purpose in protecting the family he never truly had. He systematically dismantles the defenses of his former boss. In a stunning display of strategy, Cassius brings Cullum to his knees. He does not just defeat him physically, but completely breaks his spirit. The empire that Cullum built on fear is now utterly destroyed. Cassius stands victorious, having saved his mother and redeemed his dark past. This entire sequence of events showcases a brilliant character evolution. Cassius proves he is much more than just a deceptive imposter. He has the strategic mind and the ruthless edge needed to survive. But he also possesses a buried capacity for genuine love and loyalty. By taking down Cullum, he has reshaped the entire criminal underworld. He has claimed his own power while protecting the innocent. The fallout from this civil war will undoubtedly ripple through the city. Everyone will soon learn about the man who toppled a giant. Liesel will have to process the reality of who saved her life. She must reconcile her grief for Nathan with the actions of Cassius. Will she be able to forgive him for stealing the identity of her son? Or will the gratitude for her rescue create a new, complicated bond? And what about Jocelyn, who witnessed this incredible transformation firsthand? She knows exactly how dangerous and capable Cassius truly is. Carly is bound to arrive just as the dust finally settles. She will demand answers about everything that transpired in the shadows. The power vacuum left by Cullum will surely attract other dangerous predators. Cassius might have to fight even harder to maintain his newfound peace. This storyline is a masterclass in suspense, emotion, and unexpected twists. It keeps us on the edge of our seats, begging for more. The writers have truly outdone themselves with this intricate web of deceit. Every episode brings a new layer of complexity to the narrative. I am absolutely thrilled to see how the aftermath plays out on screen. What do you think will happen when the authorities finally arrive?